Hi, I'm David Spatz. More than 40 years ago, the American entertainment scene changed dramatically with the opening of the first casino outside of Nevada. Now that was in Atlantic City, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and since it was Atlantic City, I got a little bit lucky too. I found myself covering the entertainment beat for the local newspaper. Now that led to radio and eventually to television. It's been a strange journey rubbing elbows with many of your favorite stars. Now, what we've done is go back through our archives and pick out some of our favorite segments with our famous guests, and we've created a special live show just for you. Here's just a preview of what you can expect when you join us and we begin rubbing elbows. Who doesn't like Donnie and Marie Osmond?
Marie had finished her solo spot in the show, and now it was Donnie's turn, so she went off stage with her wireless microphone and went into the facilities and put the mic just above the water and flushed.
Yeah.
But it was during what song, Donnie?
Puppy Love.
It was during
The victory was just surviving, because I think if he would have won, that would have been a little too far-fetched, because we don't always, win.
So you waited for the second movie for him to win.
Exactly right.
Well, my life is funny. At least what you do is you take things that are not funny, really, kind of upsetting in your life, and you make them funny.
That was what I was going to ask you about. Your
my first husband, my second husband.
But mostly your first husband is the one that gets the reaction when you ask the audience, what do you think of Eddie Fisher, and they let you know, and you don't seem too upset.
My first husband, remember him, Eddie Fisher, remember him? What do you think about him? My sentiments exact.
Did you ever have one of those moments when words were coming out of your mouth, and as they came out, you wanted to pull them back in? Joan and I are talking, and she gets onto the subject of marriage. And she said, you know something? I think marriages should only be good for 7 years. After 7 years, if it's not working, you just go your separate ways. There's no lawyers, there's no alimony, there's no community property, you just go. She said, I'll tell you something. If I was still married to Edgar, I'd kill myself. And without even thinking about it, I looked right at her and said, well, he beat you to it. I'm standing, staring at Joan, and she's staring at me. It was probably 2 seconds. It felt like 3 minutes. And I reached my hands out, and I grabbed her by the wrists. I said, Joan, I am safe. She said, don't you dare. I said, don't I dare what? She goes, don't you dare apologize. I said, Joni, she goes, no. That was the funniest effing thing I've heard all day. And I'm going to use it tonight in my show.
We used to go in the lounge after work at night, and I was a single fella at that time, and I was out with a young lady that wore the lipstick high, and she had a very tight dress, and I was a very lonely Jew. Oh, terribly lonely. And
she must have been a very lonely young lady, too.
No, she wasn't. I was number 29 on the list.
Night.
Yeah, but I'll do the funny stuff there.
Sorry.
So now she turns around.
And he says to me, hey, kid, you want to have some fun? I'm looking at him, I said, sure. So we walk out onto the balcony, which 3 floors down is the pool. You know how the way most motels are laid up. And Don's looking and looking and looking, and finally he spots his victim. And from the 3rd floor, with a sore throat, he yells, everybody out of the pool! The lady in the red bathing suit just peed. At first, people looked up, who is this? And a lot of them recognized, he'd already been on The Tonight Show, and they started to laugh, including the lady in the red bathing suit who really was in the pool. I'm gonna miss, I miss Don, I really do. He was the person you saw on stage was an act. Off stage, he was the nicest, kindest, sweetest man I have ever met in show business.
Well, listen,
Thank
I
you
have
so
to
much.
tell you that my son's
Yes,
going to
but-
now take the jacket from you because I think it's going to look awfully good on me.
So if you don't want to just take the jacket, get the jacket from him here. Don't resist! Back to the camera.
This guy looks like I could get about $10 for that.
Don't resist.
Give me his thing.